Okay, so unit circle, filling it in. I'm going to start with my degrees. This is 0 degrees. This would be 45, so I'm going to skip these two for a minute. I'm going to do my 45s first. This would be 90. 90 plus 45 is 135. 135 plus 45 is 180. 180 plus 45 is 225. 225 plus 45 is 270. 270 plus 45 is 315. 315 plus 45 is 360, which is the same as 0. These are coterminal. All right, then I'm going to go through and do my 30/60s. So this would be 30 degrees, 60 degrees, 90 degrees, 120. So I'm just adding 30 every time. 150, 180. 180 plus 30 is 210. 210 plus 30 is 240. Then 270. Then 300. Then 330. Then 360. Okay, so there's all of my degrees. Then I'm going to go through and do my radians. This is where fractions come in. So again, I'm going to start with 0, and I'm going to do fourths. So this one, my 45-degree angle, that's pi over 4. I'm going to write it like that this time as my fraction. Okay, 1/4. The next would be 2/4, which is the same thing as pi over 2. And then 3/4. And then 4/4 is the same thing as pi. And then 5/4. 6/4 is the same thing as 3 pi over 2. So I could write that, if I wanted to, I could say, you know what, this is the same thing as 6/4 pi. 6/4, though, simplifies to 3 over 2. Okay, and then the next one, the next fourth, if it was 6/4, this one would be 7/4. And then this one would be 8/4 or just 2 pi. 2 pi and 360 are the same thing. Okay, then I'll go through and do my sixths. So this one would be pi over 6. 1/6, this would be 2/6, which is the same thing as pi over 3. 3/6 is this one that we already wrote, so I'm not worried about that. So the next one would be 4/6. So again, I can write this out as 4 pi over 6, which is the same thing as 2 pi over 3. So then the next one, 4/6, this one would be 5/6. This one would be 6 over 6, which is just pi. Again, we already wrote that. So this one would be 7/6. This one would be 8/6. Well, 8/6 will simplify, so let's write that out. 8 pi over 6 simplifies to 4 pi over 3. So 8/6, this one would be 9/6. 9/6 simplifies to 3 over 2. This one would be 10/6. So let's write that down. 10 pi over 6 simplifies to 5 pi over 3. 10/6, what's this one? So this one is 11/6. Okay, so there's all my radian measures. Then I'm going to go back and do all of my coordinates. So I'm going to start out with the obvious ones. This one right here is the point 1, 0. I'm not going up or down at all. So 1, 0. This one, I didn't go left or right at all, so my x value is 0, and I went up 1. So that's this point on that graph. This one, I went over 1 this way, so -1, 0. And then this one, I went not left or right at all, but I went down 1. Okay, then I'm gonna go back up here and I'm gonna do my trick. Here's my trick. My trick is that I count 1, 2, 3 on the outsides, and then I come back down 1, 2, 3 that way, and then I go back and square root those. The square root of 1 is 1. The square root of 2, I don't know. The square root of 3, I don't know. So I'm just leaving those square roots. The square root of 1 is 1. The square root of 2, don't know. Square root of 2, those won't simplify. And then these are always over 2. Another thing that you could think about if you don't remember, like let's say I don't remember if I should go over this way, square root of 3 over 2, or if that should be 1/2. What I always think about is my x value in this one is 1/2. So it is halfway across, so 1/2, comma, 3 over 2. So that might help you just remember whether it's 1/2 first up here or 1/2 first down here. That would kind of help a little bit. Just think about it literally as a point on a graph. Okay, so then over here, these are going to match up. So these two are going to be the same. These two are going to be the same. These two are going to be the same, except for my signs. So over on this side, I'm going to the left on my x-axis. That means my x-axis is, or my x values are negative. So I'm going to go through and put negatives on all of my x's. My y's will all be positive because I went up, so left and up. And then these match up. So again, I'm going -1/2, and then I'm going up a certain amount. So this is -1/2, and then square root of 3 over 2. These will always be square root of 2 over 2, square root of 2 over 2. And this one will match up with this one, square root of 3 over 2 and 1/2. Okay, down here, same thing. So, and again, you can think of it like this. So here's my 1/2, half the way over, right? So that means my x value on this point down here is going to be 1/2. Something else that you need to think about is your signs. So this one I'm going to the left and I'm going down. That means both x and y are negative. All right, so you can also think of it as matching up like this. So this one and this one are going to match up. So the square root of 3 over 2 and 1/2. Square root of 2 over 2, square root of 2 over 2, 1/2, square root of 3 over 2. This side, same thing. I'm going over 1/2 and then down for this point right here. So first of all, I'm going to the right. So that's a positive x value of 1/2. And then I'm going down, that's negative. And again, square root of 3 over 2. So this, you could match them up like this now, or you could match them up like this, where this outside one, working your way in. Okay, this one, square root of 2 over 2, square root of 2 over 2, and again, my x value is positive, my y value is negative. This one matches up with this one. I've got my square root of 3 over 2, and my y value is negative, and it's 1/2. Okay, so hopefully that helps a little bit. Let me know if you are having particular trouble with anything. And then remember that I also talked about how to find these, the triangle method using sine, cosine. That might help you also. If you get stuck, you could possibly go back and use that method.